Hello, welcome to the Curious Head. Sign up and leave a like. Cockroaches are considered the most hated and repulsive insects of all time, and numerous studies have already proven this. In our culture, they are associated with dirty habitats, are responsible for transmitting diseases, for wandering through sewers, and can easily climb a kitchen sink and end up on a plate. Along their trail, cockroaches can defecate, leaving behind hair, dead skin and empty eggshells that, due to their size, sometimes go unnoticed by anyone. This generates a degree of probability of contamination that leads to food poisoning by harboring a series of bacteria, such as Salmonella. Cockroaches are considered the most hated and repulsive insects of all time, and numerous studies have already proven this. In our culture, they are associated with dirty habitats, are responsible for transmitting diseases, for wandering through sewers, and can easily climb a kitchen sink and end up on a plate. Along their trail, cockroaches can defecate, leaving behind hair, dead skin and empty eggshells that, due to their size, sometimes go unnoticed by anyone. This generates a degree of probability of contamination that leads to food poisoning by harboring a series of bacteria, such as Salmonella. However, for people like ARCHBOLD, none of these aspects bothered him, as he accepted to participate in a competition in which he had to eat several of them. Since just before the 1920s, food competitions in the United States have become as common a form of entertainment as any other, with entrants able to take home thousands of life-changing dollars. However, most people who venture into these contests claim that they do it more for the notoriety than the prize. But how much is it worth to go down in history? After all, many experts do not recommend these competitive eating contests, mainly because of the adverse health effects they can have, including gastric ruptures and seizures. And that's what the contest brought to 32-year-old Florida resident ARCHBOLD. In October 2012, ARCHBOLD submitted to the Ben Siegel Reptiles, an insect-eating contest in Deerfield Beach, Florida, hosted by a pet store. Called Midnight Madness, the competition offered an $850 python to the winner who ate the most insects in a timely manner. In an interview with the Daytona Beach News, a friend of ARCHBOLD revealed that he had eaten insects before and that he wanted to present another friend with the snake, a similar reason to participant Pharaoh Gales. Some of the snakes were very expensive. I thought if I could eat bugs to get one that would be a good idea, Gale said. The big problem. Before the 30 contestants involved could stuff their mouths with bugs, they signed contracts exempting the company from any responsibility for their participation in the contest, standard procedure in competitions of this nature. According to Sarah Bernard, an entomology student at the University of Florida, who recorded ARCHBOLD's participation, everything went well at first. The man had a clear strategy, which involved stuffing everything he could into his mouth and trying to wash it down with water. The proof was eating cockroaches and worms. After ingesting 60 grams of larvae, 35 grams of earthworms, and almost a bucket full of cockroaches, ARCHBOLD became the winner of the competition. He really made our night more fun, said Siegel, who owns the store, in an interview with CNN. All the fun lasted until the moment when ARCHBOLD started to feel sick, relentlessly vomiting cockroaches, and passed out, being rushed to the nearest hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The autopsy report attested that the cause of death was asphyxia due to aspiration of gastric contents, that is, when fluids or solid particles enter the trachea or lungs. Body parts of the cockroaches catastrophically obstructed their airways. You can see in the recorded video that he was trying to swallow and breathe at the same time, but he wasn't able to, said medical examiner Craig T. Malik, in an interview with the Florida Times-Union. ARCHBOLD's death was considered an accident, reflecting one of the consequences of these contests. Until the next video, with more curiosities.